Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Real men are not intimidated by women. And ladies, you know Rom, Uncle Rom, I'm tough love. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I ain't gonna tell y'all something for you. And a lot of women make that mistake. Because you think you be dealing with a man and he don't behave according to what you think he's going to do, or he might even reject you. And a lot of women, well, two things. There's some men who are rejected, who are intimidated by you. And I'm going to get into that. But some women, some of the other ones are not intimidated by you, but that's what you telling yourself to feel good, right? And I'll talk about the latter first. Ladies, a lot of times, the guy don't work out or something, and instead of dealing with whatever you brought to the table, instead of looking in the mirror and say, well, what did I do wrong or something, you blaming the man. And usually the women who do it are the ones who have a decent job, making some money. They might have their own home or something like that, car, all that other stuff, education. And, you might consider yourself smart, right? And then you deal with some guy and, you might get a few date, maybe some sex, even a relationship that don't last long. But I've heard so many women say, oh, yeah, he was just intimidated by a strong woman. No, in that case, it was probably something else. Right? It's probably something else. He probably just didn't want to deal with it. And a lot of women lie to themselves about that. All right? Because really, and this is what I'm talking about, a real man. And this is getting into the first point. If he a real man, he ain't tripping off all that. Because if he a real man, first of all, a real man going to have some level of sovereignty. I'm going to emphasize that word. That's what I talk about on my men's channel, sovereignty. Which means he going to have his own spot, so he ain't tripping over yours. He going to have his own car, he ain't tripping over yours. And he got his own well-paid job, And he got a plan for his life. He a man. He comes close to embodying all the pillars of the house of the man. He got that warrior in him. He ready to fight, whether it's intellectually or physically. And he's willing to defend those in his circle. He got that logical, rational thinking. He's a thinker. He can think about stuff. He can lead. He's a hunter. He's going to get that money. Shoot, he might even have 2 or 3 jobs. And then he'll be a healer because, if he got to make love to you, he's going to at least try to satisfy you. But see, if there's something about you that's turning him off and he rolls, some women say, instead of dealing with what it is, oh, he just intimidated. Yeah, no, not at all. And then getting to that first point, if a guy is intimidated, because let's be real, there are some guys who get intimidated by what a woman has. But the only way a man could get intimidated, he ain't a real man. And I'm just going to say that. And really what you need to do is look at why you dealing with a man who ain't a real man. But yeah, he ain't a real man because a real man gonna have his own shit. He ain't worried about yours because he got his own. So if you deal with a man and you got all this money, you gonna be like, okay. He gonna be like ready to roll. He's intimidated. He ain't feeling like a man and all that. Look, a weak man want control over a woman. And really, if a man a real man, even if you got money, he ain't tripping over it. Now, I got my good, I mentioned in my last podcast how much I generally make. I don't give you an exact number, but I remember dealing with a woman who still made more than that. Man, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't tripping because I said, shoot, I had my stuff. And really, I managed my money better too, so I wasn't tripping over her. So I was like, that wasn't an issue. Education-wise, she didn't blow me away. She had a high education too. I was like, yeah, okay. Because I had my own shit. But if you deal with a man who don't have any of that He got his stuff together. He might be still working with potential and all that shit. Or he's sitting on his ass. Or if he's, God forbid, a dusty. Because let's be real, a lot of y'all ladies, y'all might talk all that shit about dusties, but you know you messing with some. And he intimidated, honey. Instead of getting mad at him, he was who he was. That's on you. That's on you. Why you messing with a dusty? Men, we can't lie that well. We try, but we can't. Y'all know y'all see through us. You ladies, y'all know y'all. That's why I tell men don't bother lying to a woman, because y'all know y'all checking out everything. Y'all checking out his shoes, clothes, how he smell, all that stuff. And you knew you were dealing with, but a lot of women, especially a lot of strong women, they'll get that guy because they ain't getting the other real man anyway, because the real man ain't feeling them for another reason. It don't got nothing to do with strength. He just ain't feeling you know? And you get that guy, you know, who got something like you can exercise some control over. And yeah, there's a portion of women and people who are familiar with the metaphysics, people who follow the works of Master Yao, know what I'm talking about. You know, so there's a percentage of the female population, they're not comfortable with a man unless they have some control over. You know? And usually that control dynamic is why some real men won't deal with him, because a real man ain't going to allow a woman to control him, not even through sex. But they ain't intimidated by it. No. And if you get a man who acts scared, well, that tells you right there he ain't a man. And you got to ask yourself now, if he approaches you and talking, you just let him know what you are and he act intimidated, that's on him. But if he approaches you and, you know, he ain't got much going on, you still deal with him, that's on you. Well, I mean, the first time, that's on him. I said that wrong, I believe. Yeah, that's on him. If he is intimidated by you, that's on him. You cool. But the second time, that's definitely on you. If you, like, pursue a relationship with him, still have sex with him. All right? And then if that intimidation really plays a part, that's because that man was weak. So my question is, okay, why are you dealing with a weak man? And somebody might say, well, Rom, you turn his back on us. Well, it's like, well, hold up. That man didn't hold a gun to your head. If a man intimidated by you, get in a relationship and he act intimidated, you still got a choice whether to deal with him. Even if you tell him no from the get-go, that was your choice. He ain't force anything. He ain't hold a gun to your head. Even if you lonely, shoots. I know some women, and they legitimately strong. They were legitimately strong women. They got a lot going on. They don't deal with anybody unless they strong themselves. And they don't deal with anybody. In fact, they have said, women have said this to me, some strong women in public. They say, you know what, wrong with you? I can just chill out. I don't have to be that tough woman in the world. And they told me that straight up. And one thing they also liked about me, I wasn't intimidated by them. I'm like, seriously, I'm like... In fact, I ain't gonna lie, I want to meet a woman that I would be intimidated by just to see what it's like. Just to see what it's like. I was like, damn, I never experienced that. I wonder what that's like. You know? It's like this thing, y'all remember those Dos Equis commercials? We had the most interesting man in the world. And I remember he said there was one commercial, he said, well, no, the announcer said, yeah, he had an awkward moment once just to see what it was like. I want to actually see what that's like, because I'm like, what the fuck? Let me tell you something my mother taught me. She said, don't be scared of anybody who is smaller than you. And I extended that personally. I said, well, what this woman got? Like I said, and I'm just saying for me personally, there's only a small percentage of women who even got my educational background. Small percentage. And of course, yeah, there's some women who got more money, but I meet them, I'll probably be talking business with them. I'll be like, hey, you got that? Whoa, what you doing? Shit, come on, let's talk. I'll be like, friendly, come on. Shit. Hell, I'll pay them for their time. Hell, I'll say, shoot, hold up. I got all this. I need you to just talk. Tell me how you made that money. You know? But that's and any real man gonna be that way. Any real man he gonna be cool with you. Now, even if he ain't romantically interested, he's still gonna be cool with you because he ain't intimidated. Even if you try to use it, because some women try to use that thing to hold some over a man. A man might just look at it like, oh, you finished. A real man is just like, you finished? Oh, okay. You keep going with that, honey. I'm still gonna treat you the way I feel like treating you. But yeah, ladies, if you deal with a man that's intimidated by you, that tells you shouldn't be messing with him anyway. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. And if you like obsessed over him, you gotta ask yourself, well, why is it I want a man that's intimidated by me? All right. So anyway, right. That's all I got, ladies. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and many blessings.